1 gallon of milk, some yeast, Jell-O, and water. The fawn might come in and get nervous, something for a buck come in. So we want to make sure we can get to that tree without being busted. We think most of the deer are going to come.
Growing Deer TV is brought to you by Bass Pro Shops. Also by Reconics, Trophy Rock, Gallagher, Muddy Outdoors, Eagle Seed, Nikon, Winchester Ammunition, Redneck Hunting Blinds, Derby City Turkey Calls, Ansman, and Antler Dirt.
It's May 31st, and come June 1, we get really serious about hunting season here at the Proving Grounds. We're now getting really serious about stand placement and looking at last year and previous year's hunting observations, seeing where we should move stands, don't move stands, where we can make new little hidey-hole food plots, usually like 1/8 of an acre food plots that we plant by hand and do by hand. They're areas where we can slide into with the wind in our face, let the deer approach or slide out totally undetected. So we want to make sure we can get to that tree without being busted. We think most of the deer are going to be coming out this way and the wind coming out. Today, Brad, the interns, and I are up here on a point. We're about 400 feet above the valley. Now this point goes back into other properties that I don't own, but this is just an area that we burned this spring. You see this lush vegetation coming on. We've got maybe 1/8 of an acre of relatively flat ground for the Proving Grounds right behind me. And this tree in this way is east. So we can circle around, come in from the east. So a north, south, or west wind, we can come in here without disturbing any deer. Pretty good acorn flat right below us. Not much other food right here. So this is something you can do if you own 10 acres or 40 acres or 80 acres. Get your hand tools out, clear the area, backpack sprayer, get some herbicide out, kill this vegetation, and get it prepared for planting so we can get the deer accustomed to coming in here before hunting season, where we can be up this tree getting ready to put some tenderloin in the freezer. I don't care if you've got 10 acres or 1,000 acres, hidey-hole food plots need to be a tool in your bag. Continuing making our plans for hunting season, we not only want to plant the food plot, but on these real small ones like this one, I want to keep the deer out of the Eagle Seed beans until hunting season. So we've planted, we've got germination. I'm getting ready to shut the gate. We really won't come back in this plot except to spray it and make sure the weeds are out. And then we're open that gate once hunting season is open. I feel the time's appropriate, depending on the amount of acorns and whatnot. Have a ground blind right over here. These small food plots can get over-browsed and not maintain enough forage through the hunting season. So simply using a Gallagher fence, making sure that gate's shut right after you plant. The deer do not get accustomed to coming in there for a food source. There's minimal pressure, and that fence is more than adequate to keep deer out. And it's an awesome tool for hunting season. Okay, I'm thinking pull that out a little bit there, just kind of, there you go. We've got it down solid all the way. It's heavily tied every 4 inches all the way down with 9-gauge wire. What makes this trap work is there's a very thin piece of wire, the trip wire. They're nudged that around and make the doors fall. But at this particular time, I've got the doors wired up where they can't fall. And that way, when little pigs come in and start getting corn, bigger pigs will see that and be brave enough to come on in. Once the trail camera and sign tells me I've got a lot of usage in here, we'll take the wire off, move the corn on back in the trap, right under the tripwire, and it'll be pork for supper. We'll let you know how it turns out. We still have a hog problem on one of the properties we managed about an hour and a half in here, Bighorn Ranch. And I got lazy in my hurry and just put regular shelled corn out, and the hogs never had a chance to find it because deer and turkey were just flooding in there in our trap. We don't want to catch a deer in a trap. Boy, it's a real pain to get them out of a hog trap. Either the deer gets hurt or we get hurt. So we just shut that part down. And Nathan and Hunter are over there making soured corn. You're using milk and yeast. There's all kind of recipes.
Now we want to create soured corn because we don't want the deer to eat it. We want just hogs in the trap. So to create our soured corn, we're going to use 1 bag of corn, 1 gallon of milk, some yeast, Jell-O, and water. Now we want to put the corn, and we want to use the water and milk to saturate the corn. We want all the corn to be covered by liquid so that it really gets nasty and ferments in there and smells really bad and tastes awful to the deer, but the hogs will love it.
Get that corn smelling really sour. Now hogs will come readily to soured corn. It's actually better because it has more of an aroma, if you will, so that's attractive for a bigger area. But deer won't touch soured corn usually, so boys are cooking up Granny's special recipe. We'll give it a few days to brew out in the sun, put that baby in the track. We're gonna have pork in Miss Tracy's freezer soon. Hey, it's Memorial Day, doing one of the funner tasks here at the Proving Grounds, and make sure old Betsy is still zeroed in. We hope to be calling some coyotes. Calling coyotes during the fawning season is critical because, boy, those coyotes are also out there trying to eat a lot right now. They're paired up, and they can really wear out a bunch of fawns. We've also got something else doing some damage here at the Proving Grounds, and that's groundhogs. Man, they pop out that hoe, and they can clear out a huge circumference of soybeans around their hoe. Now, do I want deer eating those soybeans, or do I want a groundhog eating those soybeans? That's pretty obvious, so Betsy and I are gonna get sighted in. We're gonna be putting some groundhog in Miss Tracy's skillet. Let's see how we do. You cannot believe, after the tough deer season I've had, traveling, truck, getting out of case, up and down tree stands, getting bumped, that baby is exactly 2 inches high at 100 yards, 12 o'clock, exactly where I've had it sighted in. The scope is absolutely incredible because, I mean, I bumped and runned and gunned for months, pulled that baby out of safe, plump a good shell in there, pointer down raised, and we're talking dead on the ground. Nothing like a good scope to keep you running. Give us fire and hope before you shoot.
I pulled it. Fire in the hole.
You know, no matter how much time you spend out in the field like I'm blessed to do, or I work with Brad or Hunter Nathan, we kind of all get in our own little path. We keep doing stuff the same way we've been doing it. And that's not being a smart land manager. I like to go to places where really talented land managers or scientists, researchers come together and share information so my techniques can become more efficient or just simply better or more economical. And a great opportunity to do that is the Land and Wildlife Expo in Nashville, Tennessee, August 11th through the 14th. It's not only this year's Quality Deer Management Association's National Convention, that's awesome in itself, but NRCS and the other groups, National Wild Turkey Federation, are all going to be there sharing information and techniques about what we all love, managing land and hunting for wildlife. I'm going to be there the whole time, man. Catch me in the hallway, see me at some of my seminars, at the food plot demonstration, trail camera demonstrations. I want to bring back information so I can make the Proving Grounds better. And if you'd like to join me, visit me face-to-face, or Dr. Carl Miller, Dr. Greg Harper, many other great guys in our business, check out this information right here beside the video player and see all the great stuff at the Land and Wildlife Expo, August 11th through the 14th in Nashville, Tennessee. sad as it is, we've got one more week in the contest that they're giving away my personal four Derby City calls that I used this year. You can see how well tuned those calls were by watching our episodes about turkey hunting. One contestant is going to win those 4 calls. I hope it's you. It's time to get back in the field, get these boys away from the camera and out there where we can get some real sweat going on. I hope you've got some fun projects going on at your proving grounds. Thanks for watching us here at GrowingDeer.tv. So we'll get this laid out. We kill it all, we're fertilize heavy, we'll start planting, we'll get deer conditioned to come in here. And by the time y'all are back in school this fall, I'll be able to hunt, but I'll be thinking about the work you did.